disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
What's up, bro?
Is this your first time with us? I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Center Network. On Tuesdays, you got the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. Thursdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel.
On Wednesdays, you got the traditional way with Brett Shumway. And once a month, you got the extra scoop with Peyton Fender and Jeff Doss.
For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Center Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Fellas, it's showtime. What's up, guys?
What's up?
What's going on?
Hey, I have a question. Do you read this every time, or do you memorize it by now?
Oh man, I haven't read it in about 3 years. Like
Okay,
it used to be up.
Like, hey, listen. The reason why I'm asking is because I just saw it now. Like, I know you're looking straight into the camera, but I wonder if he's like reading it as he goes, or if he has this like locked in.
No, man, I used to like the first year I used to read it all the time, man. And then it had to make changes, right, to it. And I did not make changes on the paper, but I just knew it in my head. So sometimes I would get a little confused or thrown off or whatever. But yeah, it's been a minute since I had to read that paper. Yeah.
Hey, I meant to say something, so now I just hit me right now. Happy 4-year anniversary, guys! It has been officially 4 years now that we've been doing this.
Yeah, with you two.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm saying 4 years, me and Joe. It's
Yeah.
been 4 years that
Yeah.
all of us have been on, because one of the days I'm at work and it saw a Facebook memory, and it was like 2021, and it showed us doing our first show, and I saw it, and it was when we did the Karate Kid. That was our first one. And
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, damn, bro, this is crazy. 4 years we've been at this, man. This
Yeah,
is
in a
nuts.
couple weeks it's gonna be 5 years altogether for Fists, Kicks, Flicks. So that's crazy also.
Hey, let me ask you an honest question.
Yeah.
When you started, how many did you have a number of episodes you want to get to? Did you think like we're gonna be in this long? Like what'd you think?
Man, I thought like I would do maybe 50 episodes. Like I didn't really I didn't know how many, martial arts movies there really were out there, because I knew with Mike, there was a limit that we were gonna do. Like some of these these dub movies and subtitle movies. I know Mike wasn't gonna do some of those movies, man. And even now, like we've done some movies, that's not a traditional martial arts movie,
Yeah.
but I didn't think we were gonna get 200 something, and the funny thing is there's still a lot more movies out there for us to review, man. Like there's channels on Netflix and I think Pluto and probably Tubi also, that's martial arts, just a martial arts channel. There's a bunch of movies on those things also that we have not watched, so should be fun, man. But I definitely didn't think, 200 something. This right here is episode 212.
Wow. So Joe, what
Yeah.
about you? What did you think? Like when we started, like what did you think, like your expectation, like how far you thought we were gonna get, or what were you expecting?
I said I'm gonna ride the wave until it ends. I don't care. Let's get to 500 now, man. Let's go.
Okay.
I don't care.
Cool.
I mean, there is a ton of movies out there, and I mean, at some point we can just, we can make it even more hokey. We could start looking for the worst movie out there. We could start trying to beat Karate Christmas Miracle. Like
I don't think we're ever gonna beat that. I don't think we ever gonna beat that.
I'm just saying, like
All right.
there's so much. Yeah, there's just a lot of untapped potential out there. So, like, we could really get crazy with it if we wanted to.
I think every school play that you've been to for your kids, it has
It's
been
better.
better than a Karate Christmas Miracle. I mean that too, man. I absolutely mean that. That was one of the worst movies ever.
That's crazy. No,
Yeah.
I only asked that just because I saw that and I was just like, dude, if you would have told me on that day that I said yes, you're gonna be 4 years in, the stuff that we've been able to do, the people we've interviewed, I would have said, yeah, right. Like, come on, man. Like, there's no way you got like. I would have told myself, like, bro, you're lying. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
And
here we are.
yeah, and just to see it at this point, I'm like, man, this is crazy. And the crazy thing is, this is the part that I honestly believe. And I just had a talk with my brother. We had a talk the other day, probably almost like an hour talk about just biz kicks and flicks. And I told him, like, I don't even think our best is yet to come. Like, I strongly believe that. I strongly believe, like, I don't even think our best is yet to come. I think
Yeah, man. I mean, because there's a lot that we can do. You
there's
know,
so
like
much we can do. There's so much potential, I think, for all of us. And then I still will die on a hill and say this. We have all not been together in the same place yet. The day that happens and we do a show, like the chemistry that we all already have, that's just gonna be like you don't like Joe, and I hate because I don't like to rub it in, but it's like you don't understand. Every time me and Gene had conversations that weekend, it ended up with me having tears because I was laughing so hard. Like
I know.
I seriously, like, I know you guys all said like, nah, Gene's just a crazy dude. He's just a jokester, but I could not stop laughing. Now the only thing that would have made it better was if you were there, Joe, and if Ski was there. If Ski was there, I would have died because Ski made me laugh when I went overseas.
Oh.
So I would have been dying laughing.
Give me the whole Plowden crew. This used to be every other weekend.
Dude,
trips to Chicago and Texas and all kinds of stuff, man, and staying in hotels and Willie, oh my God.
That's that's another one. Like me and Willie, anytime we talk, me and Willie, listen, all right, I'm gonna say this, right? I don't know if you guys know, but there was a tournament this past weekend. Compete Internationals was yesterday. Or yesterday and Friday. So Willie went out to California and was fighting, right? Okay.
How you do?
I think their team won senior teams, and I don't know how he did the next day for individuals. I didn't look at it, but I know individually they won teams, right? So there's a guy. So you have Willie's fighting 30s, is the 30+ fighter. German is the 40+, or it was Trey, one of them. But I think it was German was the 40+, and then Willie Marshall was the 50+, right? Yo, Willie Marshall is fighting. I swear to God, I gotta send y'all the video. It's like 15 seconds into the match. And you just hear Willie say, "Oh, you in trouble now, Sylvester. His name Willie too. He about to whoop your ass 2 times." I said, "Oh my God." I could not stop. Like, literally, no one's even saying that. He just said, "Yeah, you better stop. His name Willie too. He better whoop your ass 2 times, bro. You better be careful." I just could not stop laughing. I'm like, yo, that is Willie Hicks. Like, Willie is just Willie. Like I told y'all, at Diamond Astros, they're over there running the ring. They done fought for 30 seconds. Willie's over there as a judge, went to another ring to watch all these other people fight. And then they go, "Willie, where are you?" He goes, "Oh, my bad. That was a good fight over there. I didn't know we were starting." Like, Willie is just crazy, man. I just can't with him.
You know what, man? I don't think that there's ever been a crew out of our school that was like us. And I'm not knocking, you know, how my uncle's team is now and the school is now, but there were I mean how old were you guys? Like, Joe, when you came around, how old were you? 16?
15, 16, yeah.
15, 16. So Joe was 15 to 16. Now you had Willie. Willie is younger than Joe, right?
Willie was like 10, 11, man.
Wait, Willie's younger than Joe?
Yeah. So Willie is like, you know, like 5, 6 years younger than Joe.
Okay.
And then I'm on the higher end, so I'm in my 20s. So you got a bunch of kids, like young teenagers, wild and crazy, and just having a good time at all times. And we're scrapping and beating the hell out of each other. Also, if you came into the school on a Friday night, you wouldn't even think we were all friends. You would have thought that we beefing out with each other, whatever, and we would fight each other, you know. But then at 9 o'clock, when it's all over with, we sitting around joking, making jokes, capping on each other, and stuff, you know,
all the time.
And that was just life for us. That was
you know who I feel like that now, and I say this when I say, like, me and this dude talk every day, whether it's texting, sending reels, whatever. But like a dude that I can say like that we just laugh and joke around with is two people. Is Speedy and Dallas. When I tell you those dudes be cracking me up with the stuff they send me, I'm saying like it's the funniest thing. I talk to Dallas. I talk to Dallas literally every day. Literally every day, me and Dallas talk. It is like he's actually funny. When we were overseas, like he's funny. Like Dallas is real funny. And I think what makes Dallas funny is he's so calm and laid back. So when he comes out and says something, it throws me completely off. I'm like, huh? Like what you say? Like that? Like listen. When we were over there in overseas, and Speedy said, "Where the hoes at?" And we all looked and said, "What?" And out of nowhere, we walked into the room, and AP said, because we were like, honestly, we hijacked AP's apartment. We would just sit up there and talk like 3, 4 a.m. Everybody, just talk karate, jokes, all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And we walk in, and he said, "What y'all do out there? Y'all didn't get in no trouble." And Dallas said, "Nah, they were just asking where the hoes at." And he said, "Hoes?" He said, "Hoes?" He said, "Oh no, don't be bringing no hoe up in." I told Dad, I said, "Why you gonna raise his blood pressure up like that? You know that man can't take that. You gonna raise his blood pressure up like that?" Oh man, but it's just like I said, man, just funny stuff, man. Just funny stuff.
So it was like 13, 14, 15 of us kids.
That's crazy.
Like we're young. And like I said, and Willie was the baby out of all of us. He was the young brother. Hanging out.
Where's Pete and all that? Is he closer to you or is he closer to Joe?
Joe,
Closer
he's your age, Joe.
Yeah, he's my age.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Pete was okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But then, and that's the funny thing is, there are so many people who was part of our crew that y'all don't even know. That who just never took to the tournament scene like that. Like they would go to some tournaments, but they weren't like every single weekend going to tournaments. Or if they were, they never, once they became black belts, they didn't constantly compete in the black belt division. For another 5-10 years. Like Dewan, Joe, Dewan, and Lil Mike and Burger,
Dewan
Chris
should have
Pompey.
competed.
Chris Pompey, like that. I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot of us. We were deep, man. We were deep, and all of that did was help the people that wanted to consistently fight get better. Because you're fighting all the time. We're all making each other better all the time, man. So we had a factory. We just pumping out fighters, for years, and it is what it is now. It's not the same to me. It's not the same, Because I guess it's different because we all were kids together and we all were there from white belt through black belt, and a lot of times now a lot of people come over from other schools and join us, and then a lot of people are already adults. They weren't 12, 13, 14 getting scolded by my uncle. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the same. It's not the same thing, So,
How was your weekend, Joe?
My weekend was all right. Just some work. We took my son to Okemos for an archery tournament. That's a little drive that was a past Lansing, so good hour 20 minutes for a 20-minute archery tournament.
Fuck that.
Hey man, that could be the same thing for a karate student also. I mean, you go to a karate tournament and you lose that first fight. That's 2 minutes. That ain't even 20 minutes. That's 2 minutes, and you're done.
Yep. You took longer to warm up. Nah, he had an off day. He did okay, but he was real inconsistent. Like he would be like 2 bullseyes and then bounce off the target. I was like, so because he's been in the upper like 200, 210, 215, and he shot like a 154. So I was like, all right, he had an off day, but he's got like 3 more tournaments left, so he'll be all right. Other than that, on our way back, we were trying to find something to eat late on a Saturday. That was not fun. Everything was packed.
Yep.
So we had we got all the way. Like we stopped in Hell, we stopped in Brighton, we stopped in where else did we try to stop?
Wixom, that's out that way.
Yeah, Wixom, and everything was so busy. So we got to Novi. I told my wife, I was like, go to Novi, go to B-Dubs. I literally did this like a month and a half ago with my son. We were trying to go to some of his favorite spots. Everything was busy. B-Dubs got us right in. I was like, oh, Angel's favorite place.
B-Dubs needs to be a sponsor of
told everybody.
That needs to be a sponsor of Fistful Flakes.
I was dying. They were like, wait, Angel likes to be done?
My end goal is for us to, like, when they go, like, B-Dubs reaches out and says, hey, we'll plug the ad. I'll be like, absolutely. Yep. Please throw some free wings my way, and I'll throw free content your way.
Dress like a buffalo, whatever they want.
Hey, listen, Joe, if you do that, you'll look like the dude from Daddy Daycare when he oh my god.
What was that, the carrot and the broccoli?
Yeah. Yo, you'll be the sauce and I'll be the little tender. I'll just be walking around.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
See? We got this, man. We got this. How you know?
Oh.
It's all good. Yeah, other than that, just working. Nothing crazy, nothing broke at the house, so we're good. Trying to keep the driveway clean, salting, because the drive has just been a sheet of ice.
Yeah.
I bought like 4 bags of salt already, and I've gone through.
We had a salt shortage here.
Yeah,
I think you guys told me that last week, right?
Yeah.
All the grocery stores were out. Yep. And I found it at Ace, so I got lucky. And Ace had a bunch of it, so I don't know what they were doing.
You know what, man? I found some too, and I wasn't even gonna tell nobody. I didn't even post it on Facebook. I didn't say nothing. I got 3 of the cans that had the handle on them. I had looked it up online, and I saw it was at a Kroger. And I was like, you know what? I'm not telling nobody nothing. Let me just go out there now. It was 3 boxes there. I opened up one of the boxes. I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna take this whole box, but I'll take 3 of them. It was 4 in the box. I took 3 of them. Like I'll leave one for somebody else.
That's like my mom said.
Like another box there. So
my mom was telling me Meyer had eggs for like $3. I was like, don't tell nobody. She's like, why? I was like, cause they're almost $6 now at Aldi.
Wow.
That's what I said. They're like $5.70 at Aldi right now.
Well, that's hilarious. Listen,
I told her, I was like, don't tell nobody. I'm gonna go get them all, and then I'm gonna sell them back to the other places.
I'm sure I'm gonna get to that level of adulting, but just the fact that you're gonna gatekeep on groceries is crazy. Oh, man.
For eggs, Angel, for 12 eggs, $5.70. The highest I've ever seen eggs in a while was like $2. Now they're $5.70 for 12.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like that's crazy. That's nuts. But I guess because you know what? I had the question today, and everyone was looking at me like I was crazy. I said, "Why are eggs going up so high, but chicken isn't? If the problem is the bird flu, why is chicken not going up? Not that I want it to, but I'm just saying."
I was about to be like, Joe, you making crazy claims, man. You better chill out now.
I'm just saying, like,
because they're Buffalo Wild Wings that raise their prices. Then what do I do?
Right? I was shocked. Buffalo Wild Wings did it in none of the breakfast places, but somebody told me a couple of their favorite places had raised the prices. But this inflation, what are you gonna do? But other than that, man, yeah, this the kids were off all week, so we've been hanging out. Oh, I know. My son, he wanted to start going to the gym, so Planet Fitness wouldn't let him in until he's 13 because I already had a membership over there. So we started looking around. It's kind of the rule everywhere, 13 or 14. Which I know where you can go. I was going to the gym with my dad at 9. Well, we found YMCA right around the corner from us. Yep.
That's what I was going to suggest.
So we got a membership because we could all go for the same membership, and you can go swim at the pool. They got some workout classes, some yoga, and
Mm-hmm.
so I took him. So he's like he wants to build some muscle and learn how to work out. So I get him over there, and I'm starting to help him out a little bit. And he picks up 20 pounds, and he's like, "Oh, this is too
Oh
light."
man,
Okay, this
20
kid
pounds.
just broke 100. This kid just broke 20 or 100 pounds, Gene.
Oh wow.
Okay, yes. So I told him it's not about the weight. Don't worry about the weight. Get the form. Get doing the exercises right, and when you build a little bit of muscle, we'll start upping the weight. He's like, "No, I got this. I got this." So we did some curls. We did some preacher curls. I did some behind the head, the triceps. I did
Mhm.
the rope with the triceps. And then we did so we did 3 sets because I usually do 4, but I started off with 3 because it's his first time. And
What
then we
YMCA
did
are
some
you at?
Farmington.
That's the one I'm a member of.
Oh, for real?
Right there on 12 mile and Haggerty.
Yep,
Yep.
that's the one.
Yep.
So we finished off with some push-ups, and he's like, "Is that it?" We were there for like 45 minutes. I'm like, "There's only 2 of us, man. Yeah, that's it." So we go home, and he's all feeling himself and everything. He wakes up the next day. He goes, "Dad, I can't lift my arm."
Yeah, I bet.
I said, "I told you to chill out." I was like, "You can't just jump right into this stuff, man. Like you gotta ease yourself." He was complaining about those arms for 3 days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
So
cool.
he's
That's
gonna.
cool.
We went today and did legs, and he listened to me today because I was like,
There
"Good
you
luck
go.
walking if you don't chill out."
Yeah, that's the
So
what that's the what I was gonna suggest too, man.
yeah. So the YMCA actually I was it's nothing crazy, but for the price for all 5 of us to be able to go there and swim and work out and stuff, that worked out really nice. That was a good find for my wife
Did
found that. So
did you do the track also?
I didn't even go look at the track yet.
It's in the gym with the
Okay.
basketball is, but I haven't figured out how to get up there. We haven't been in a while, man.
All
I
right.
primarily got it for Braylon and Melissa because they like to swim. So that's why I
Yeah.
pretty much. I have, like I said, I have a member also at Planet Fitness. But hopefully, and Braylon did ask to go. And he asked to go a couple weeks ago, and I told him I was like, I'm about to let it go. I'm about to cancel it. He was like,
See?
"Why?" I was like, man, I was like, you haven't asked to go in a while. And I was like, Melissa, she hasn't gone in a while. Her and DJ, but they've been asking to go now. So I said, all right, I'll keep it a little bit longer, but y'all gotta go.
Yeah, definitely. How you been, Angel?
I've been good, man. Just been chilling. Honestly, this week I just chilled. Just got some stuff done, trained. That was really it, man. Ain't nothing much.
Did you work this week, Angel?
Yeah, I was working.
Okay, because the here we had a midwinter break, so our schools were out this week.
We had hours last week. That's why I was
Gotcha.
in Florida. That's why I was in Florida last week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that was last week. Yeah, no, it was just been chill. That was really it. Yeah, nothing really, man. I really ain't got much. That's it. Just dealing with wedding shit. That's all.
All
Like
right.
never ending. Honestly,
It's
Yeah, you
never
could.
gonna end until the day comes.
I know, but like Jesus Christ, bro. I mean, I'm just like, goddamn.
Yep.
But yeah. So what about you, Gene?
Then you're gonna have the little issues on the wedding day. They're gonna be little issues. They're gonna seem like big issues though.
Fuck that. I'm gonna put my phone on DND. Fuck you think this is?
It's not gonna be that. It's just gonna be stuff there at the wedding. I'm gonna give perfect example. Perfect example. I think I probably talked about this last year after my wedding, but you know, we tried to get the we were gonna I didn't have a videographer, but we were like, you know what, they asking too much to be a videographer. We'll just do it ourselves, and we couldn't get the cameras to work. Then we couldn't get connected to YouTube for YouTube to work. Then this is the part that Melissa was she's never gonna let me live this down. Before we went out there, she asked me. She said, "Make sure that the fellas got their Navy ties. Make sure they got their Air Force Ones." I was like, they know. I already told them. They got common sense. They know they got the Navy suit, Navy tie, Air Force Ones. I'm like, they know. Dude, as soon as I get there, I see Avery. Avery ain't got no tie. I'm like, where's your tie? He was like, oh, man, I forgot. I said, shit. I'm like, shit, Melissa's going to kill me. Then I see my other cousin. Jalen. He didn't just have a solid tie on. He had like designs in it or something. He didn't even have on Air Force Ones. I was like, they were like, my bad, my bad. I was like, you know what? It's not your fault. It's gonna be my fault because I should have texted y'all a couple days ago. But I just assumed that you guys like I don't want to go behind y'all like a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure y'all do X, Y, and Z. So I was like, man, she's never gonna leave this. And she didn't notice it until we started taking pictures. That's when Melissa looked over and was like, they don't have the shoes on. They're not. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm just gonna have to eat this one. So so it's gonna be little stuff like that pops up for you, Angel. It's gonna be stuff like that pops up on that day that you just can't control. Just gonna happen, man.
It makes it
Just
more
try not.
memorable.
Exactly.
It makes it more memorable.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm gonna make sure I use that as my thing. Like, this makes just for memories. That's all. For better memories.
Yeah. Say that's what Joe and Gene said. Just blame it on us. It's okay.
I will. Oh, believe me, I will.
We can handle it.
Y'all might be there. I'll point right at you. Those two over there have been
hey,
all my life. So
listen, I got over 20 years of relationship under my belt. 16, almost 17 married, okay?
That's why
I'm good. I got this.
If she asks them, they go talk to them two. They give me all my advice. That's all. Go talk to those two over there.
You know what? This is when she comes over and says something to me. I'll say, I didn't tell him to do that dumbass shit. Where did you get that from?
I didn't tell him to do that. I don't even remember that. That's crazy.
Throw him right under the bus. She
will probably believe you and just look at me and be like, we gotta have to talk later. I'll be like, of course we will. Well,
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Once again, I've been going nonstop, man. I just got back in town Friday. Last week. I went to Indianapolis. Went out there to work, and I was telling Joe before we got started, man. I'm once again just like Chicago, man. I'm checking the weather. Making sure the weather's fine, man. Why I wake up? Why when I wake up Thursday morning, we got 1.5 inches of snow. I'm like, man, come on now. Indianapolis is not like Detroit. Like I know my way around Detroit. I know how to maneuver in snow in Detroit.
Yeah.
Indianapolis is not the same, But luckily, it really wasn't that bad. I guess early in the morning they had a lot of accidents because it was black ice was everywhere. So I let the road crew get out there and do what they needed to do. So I left the hotel right around about 11:30, somewhere around that time, and it wasn't that bad. It was a couple slick spots, but I was able to maneuver around it. Got out there, did my work, came back. I got back Friday, and I just been going nonstop, man. Yesterday, Melissa's cousin had a party. Also, Saturday, I took Braylon and him and his friends took them to Urban Air.
You did it for them.
Yeah. We couldn't do it because of the snow, so we did it this week, man. So got up early. I didn't even go train jujitsu, man, because I was looking at everything I had to do. I'm like, man, my class was supposed to be from 10:30 to 11:30. I was like, I'm not gonna go because I got to pick Braylon up at 12:30. Him and his friends, get them out to Urban Air. Coming back, I got to stop at a cheesecake place, grab a cheesecake for the party tonight. Then I had to come home, change my clothes. I had to go to the dojo because Coach Ty, he's the boxing coach up there. It's his fiance's birthday, and his fiance is Melissa's cousin, right? So he left the balloons at the school, so I had to go get. He texted me like, "Hey, can you run down by the school, grab the balloons for me, and bring them to the restaurant?" So had to do that, man, and be there before 6:30. So I had a lot of running around to do Saturday. Did that, but the restaurant was cool, man. It was a nice little piano bar down in Royal Oak, Joe. It's called.
Yeah, I've been there.
You've been
Yeah,
there.
it's
How you know
fun.
where I went?
Huh?
Oh, you
It's
saw
the only one
Melissa
in Royal
tagged
Oak.
me.
It's
Huh?
the only one in Royal Oak. It's the only one that's still in
Tequila
Royal
Blue.
Oak.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tequila Blue.
there was two. There was two. I've been to both of them, but that's the only one now.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
man.
the piano bars. They're fun.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm gonna tell
There
you
used to
though,
be one in Pontiac that was real fun, but
downtown Pontiac had to be downtown because you ain't going to party
yeah, it
nowhere else
was
down. In my,
something. It was Golden Keys or something like that.
okay. Now I gotta tell you, I didn't know any of those songs those guys were singing and playing. And
For real?
Melissa did. No. Melissa did. I didn't know any. And I told her, I was like, man, I did not grow up with white
What were they
people.
playing?
Some
But
songs,
what were
I don't
they
know. I gotta get
playing?
her. I
Oh,
gotta
you
get
need to
her.
go to the bed. Everyone I've been
So
to, they'll play some hip hop. They'll do
no,
some
they did.
Outkast and all kinds
They
of stuff.
did, man. They did do a couple of those songs and they sung them instead of rapping them. Like they did Kanye Gold Digger, they did Jaquan Tipsy, and they kind of remixed them. You know what I'm saying? But when they do the
Every
rock
piano
songs,
bar I've been to, you got someone who does the rock and the
hmm
blues and stuff, and then you
hmm
have someone who does
country,
modern music and
okay,
country and stuff.
yeah,
And there was a guy at two of the places I've been to. He reminded me of Adam Sandler. Like he was funny and
yeah,
silly, but he could sing,
yeah,
and
yeah. These guys are
he
good.
knew all the good songs. Yeah,
Yeah, these guys are good.
that's yeah.
I just personally did not know a lot of the songs. Uh, and I would say about 70% of the songs I didn't know. But it was still a good time. We still had a good time where I just wasn't singing
Yeah.
along with I just wasn't singing along with them. I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing at them, have a good time. But I tell you what, man, I probably had a little bit too much whiskey though. I'll tell you that. I probably had too much whiskey, because by the time we got home, we both were feeling a little hungover, so
You know our favorite thing to do over at those piano bars?
what's
You
that?
get them to play the Michigan fight song, and then they'll try to get Michigan State fans to pay you to make them stop. And then you got to pay them. You got to get more Michigan fans to help keep it
I
going.
got to do that next time, man. We got to.
Yeah,
I definitely got to
I'm
do that
telling
next
you,
time.
it's really fun because I've never got them to the point. We've always kept the Michigan song going. We've never got it to switch. Every time I've done this like 3 times.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, man. That's gonna be fun, man. That
Most
that
of
would
the
be
time
fun.
they'll do it. Most of the time they'll do it. The ones I've been to, that we always get it going, and
Yeah,
I'm usually the one who starts it.
that's a good idea, man. That's a good idea. Today I picked up Bray, and we went to go see Captain America. That was pretty good movie, man. It wasn't that bad. I don't know why it's
It's
getting
on
so
my
much.
list. It's you know what people nowadays they want too much out of movies. If you go to the
Yeah, man.
movie, if you enjoy it, that's fine. I don't know what you expect to happen in these movies now. This generation, man,
It seemed
they've
like a
had too much.
it seemed like a suspense thriller movie. Like it almost did not have to be Captain America movie.
Yeah.
It could have been a suspense because it was pretty good, man. To me, it was pretty good.
Well, and
So
I think the problem is, and I find myself doing this sometimes, but I think sometimes like the people who are really into the comics, they're like, "Oh, it's
mhm.
not comic accurate." Okay, you know
Yeah,
what?
you got those
It's
people too.
nothing is gonna be comic accurate. Okay, it
Right.
just they're doing their best, but it's movies and comics are different. Okay, that's all there is to it. Just go there, enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you know what? Leave, ask for your money back. And I'm so sick of people getting so mad about it's a movie like Gladiator 2. Everyone complained about Gladiator 2. Okay, Gladiator 1, you never gonna beat that. That movie was ahead of its time. Okay, 2 was just fine. It's been 30 years since this movie. Okay, it was fine. Was it spectacular? No, but it was a good movie.
I'm not. I've never been one that has ever been into those type of movies. Gladiator, 300, all of those
Oh
Roman
my god,
type fights.
300 is so good. The first
I've never
300,
I've never been into any of those.
the 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 plot, the violence, the acting, but they made it artistic. So it was very the artistic part of it was really good too. That was a good
300
movie.
is another movie that was ahead of its time.
Yes, 100%.
Really ahead of its time.
That's one of my favorite movies. 300.
I just like when he kicks him in the hole, bro. That's always
Me too.
That's like I think that's like my
This
like one of
is
that's like
Sparta.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I throw a front kick at the school, I'll be wanting to tell the kids like,
Do it.
300 and just kick someone in
Do
the
it.
hole. Yeah.
Do it. This
You
is
know what?
Sparta.
I
Boom.
just thought of something, Joe. Like this could be another controversial topic, like our boxing thing that we got going on.
Because he throws a front
But
kick in martial arts.
is Batman a martial arts movie?
Yes. Okay.
Joke. All Joe can do is laugh.
All
All Joe can do is laugh. It's Batman.
Him laugh
a
about it,
martial arts
and
movie.
you know what? I will sit here and watch Batman all day. I don't care. But it's not a martial arts.
It is. Well, wait. You know, hold on.
It's not.
Let me go back. I will say Batman is a martial artist. His movies are not martial arts. Some of the animation movies are definitely martial arts movies. The one
I did one.
Batman Samurai.
I did Batman and the Turtles, and I had a cartoon guy, Raymond Leonard. He came on with me and did that episode with me.
Well,
that was a good episode and a good movie.
And the other animation that when they did Batman Samurai, that's a martial arts movie.
That's a really good movie.
That is. Hey, would you count Wolverine when he went to Japan? Would that be a martial arts movie too or no?
It's on the line
because he did fight a samurai, and we know that is pure martial arts.
Yeah,
Silver Samurai.
It's debatable.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely debatable. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. I'm finally back. Man, it's over now. My holiday season is finally over. I can finally stop spending money now. Now it's my time just to sit back and relax until November. Try and stack as much as I can, and get on some. It's home repair season time. I told Melissa, I was like, we'll get back to that at the beginning of the year. So, we got some stuff that got to get done around the house. So we already got our list done. Me and her, we sat down, we wrote a list out of the stuff we're gonna do in order of importance that we're gonna get done this summer.
Painting the walls the highest order, or
no, the walls. No, that's not because my shower. We're gonna get new knobs in the shower, and the guy there's a leak in my shower, leaking in the wall somewhere, and he's gonna have to open the wall and fix the leak before he does finish the shower, and he's going to, the water he has to open up is going to have to get repainted anyway. So I'm just gonna wait for him to get done doing that, and then we're gonna have the whole all of the rest of the walls painted, and then that we'll be done with that crap, that damn painting stuff for the time being, So, but let's talk about Love Hurts. So that was a pretty good movie that we did, and we got to interview the stunt coordinator and the director.
Yep.
Which you guys think about the movie?
I enjoyed it. I've already said, I don't know what the critics are. I don't know what it takes to be a critic. The user reviews are pretty good for the most part, but the critics just killed this movie, and I don't really know why. I don't know what they were expecting.
I don't either. I don't either, man. Martial arts movies, they have to be some of the simplest things to write.
Yes.
You got a good guy, you got a bad guy. Somebody did something wrong to the good guy, and he wants revenge, and that is it.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what I liked about this movie? There was some surprises, like the actual bad guy. That was a little bit of a surprise. Was it hard to figure out? No, but I mean, they tied it in pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us some fun characters that had some good fight scenes, and it was technically a love story, but the love story didn't take over the whole movie, and that's what I like. Because I hate when I see like a good action movie and then they turn it into where the whole thing is just one big. It's all about the love scene, all about the love story. Mm-hmm. Like, no, man, we can have a love story, and it doesn't have to take over the movie. I want to see a good action movie, not mushy, lovey-dovey crap.
Did you guys like the Goonies reunion?
Yes. I
Yeah.
thought that was
I,
cute.
I was wondering if the other two characters were going to show up. If Corey Feldman was going to show up, or what's the other guy's name?
I
Damn
don't
it,
think
I
Corey Feldman is stable enough to show up for anything.
can't. He thinks he
I'm
is.
just saying. He thinks he is, but he's not.
Man, he is going around the country doing Michael Jackson cosplay. That guy got some. He's got some serious issues going on with him.
Uh, he was one of my favorite podcasts. Um, they're actually Corey Feldman fans, and they're
Okay.
comedians. So the stuff that they say is funny. And
Hmm.
now they're like in a feud with him, and the stuff that he's crazy. Like the stuff that they're just like, you know what, we wanted him to be fans of ours because we're fans of his, but now they're like, screw it, if he wants to tear us apart and try to come at us, they just tear him apart. And he's nuts. It's like, dang.
It seems like something definitely wrong.
Well,
Like he needs to talk to a
his
therapist
story,
or something.
I think he does, but I don't think they're helping. He's got a
Yeah.
lot to go through to figure out. But
Well,
that
they
would
are
have been funny.
supposedly they are going to do a Goonies 2. So, and everyone who was in the first one are supposedly signed off on it. So we'll see if that happens.
Really?
So
That should be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Man, that's the thing nowadays, man. Everything from 30 plus years ago is just making a comeback.
Hmm.
Did that start with the Karate Kid with Cobra Kai?
No, they've been doing remakes and everything for a long time. I mean, you can
30
go back.
years later?
I mean, look at Star Wars. Like Star Wars came back in '99 with the Phantom Menace,
Yeah,
and they keep going with that.
but that was always the plan because he said that they didn't have the technology to tell that story, which I disagree because
Well, I
it
don't think.
seemed
I mean, yeah, but I think George Lucas. I don't think George Lucas was ever going to do the Mandalorian
no.
or Boba Fett or Ahsoka, and all these extra, things that they have going on. Rebels, the animated series. I
That's
don't know about all that
Disney.
type of stuff.
That's Disney oversaturating the market.
I was just about to say, I'm about to say, don't you feel like they're overdoing it?
Yes,
Um,
that's
which
why it's not working.
side note, they say Darth Maul is it true he's supposed to get his own movies coming out soon?
I heard that was fan thing, but I hope
Yeah,
so.
no, that was George Lucas's original plan for episode 7, 8, and 9. He was going to bring him back then and have him be the big bad instead of the
Yeah.
Emperor Palpatine being at the
Well,
end. He was going to have
he was already
Darth Maul.
brought back in the Clone Wars, so he's definitely not dead already.
Well, yeah,
I
and
don't
he
know if
was
you watched.
in he was in
Yeah,
Solo also. He came in Solo also.
yeah.
The movie
So
Solo. Yeah.
yeah,
But let's talk
I
about Love
forgot about
Hurts. Let's
that.
get back to that.
Um, yeah, I like I said, I don't understand the hate for this movie. It's pretty straightforward. The action scenes were good. The plot was just fine. Um, I don't know if people expected like this to just blow us away, but I was entertained. I enjoyed it a lot, and I like for being his first real feature role. My man Marvin did a good job. So
Yeah, I
and
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot also. The fight scenes were cool. Let's see. I don't think I was really surprised by anything. Um, no, it kind of made me feel like Anywhere, Everywhere, All at Once, or whatever that movie was called. It kind of had that
everything anywhere
feeling.
all at once.
Yeah, it kind of had that feeling. But it wasn't like it. Sometimes a movie can have a similar feeling as another movie, but it's almost like identical of that same movie. This wasn't like that at all. Um, but yeah, I liked it. Marshawn Lynch. You know what, man? I heard some of the stuff that when you asked Jonathan, you spoke about Marshawn Lynch's character. I think some of the stuff he said was funny, but to me, he was real close to overdoing it. And what I mean by that is because he could have stolen the movie by some of his things that he was saying. which I'm fine. I mean, it was still good. It was still funny, but it was almost too much to me.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think that's his personality. That's how he is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, he's crazy, and that's probably part of why they wanted him. But yeah, I hear you. You know, you got to understand. Like, okay, you're not the number one running back right now. You're the supporting cast.
I think
That's all.
I think I actually think it's interesting that he didn't want to do some stuff in the movie. Like the tackle and say beast mode and all that, right?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead. Finish up, man. I got something to say about that too.
I was just gonna say I just think it's interesting because I think that's his brand.
Mm-hmm.
I think for him, I don't know about you guys, but like I almost felt like he from the way his acting was, like Marshawn Lynch's acting was, it looked like he was almost kind of like just not reading a script, but he was like kind of like he was reading partial script and then he was ad-libbing other stuff on his own.
I can see that. Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
can see
Like,
that. Yeah, I can see
let's
that.
say whatever the words were, he like got like the general census of it, and he just put it in his own words, and he just ran with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this, they probably told this is what we're going for. And he said, "I got it," and then he just goes off the cuff and does his own thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got that sense from it. But in a way, I think that's also what made his character unique. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it was such a bad thing. What were you gonna say,
You know,
Jim?
sometimes I don't like when they do that in movies.
When they use their branding?
Yeah, like if they'll have Batista or The Rock or John Cena
He
in a
does the
movie.
rock bottom. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
I
you
don't like that sometimes. Like, come on, man. Like, just
bro.
let them act. Just let them do something else.
I
Like,
feel like that when I saw the Marine with John Cena, and on one of them he did the F5 or whatever. Like it was like I saw it, I was like, come on, man.
yeah,
Like that's like
it's
or
almost corny. It's like, come on
yeah, I know
now.
what you mean. There was one of that other one was when we did Blade Trinity, and they had
Triple H.
it had Triple H do like a power bomb, or did he do the pedigree
No,
or no?
he did do the pedigree.
He did, okay, because I couldn't remember if he did it or not. But like
This
he did it, and when I
one
saw
of
it,
his last fight scenes.
yeah. And when I saw it, I was like, it almost looked kind of like out of place. Like it didn't.
It was
It didn't
very
make
out of
sense
place.
for you to do it.
Right,
Like you forced his signature into it. You didn't have to
right.
do it.
You're right. I don't like when they do that. I don't. I
You
get
see,
it though. I
I don't.
understand why they do it. I just don't. I'm just not a fan of it.
I get that. I do like when we know actors have a certain move that they like to do. All right, so like, all right, let me ask you this question right there with that, right? Do you feel the same way, Gene, about Van Damme doing the helicopter kick?
No.
You see, right? It's a different feel because I feel the same way. I feel like
Yeah.
that with
Yeah.
Van Damme's helicopter
But that's
kick
his thing.
with Michael Jai White and his triple kick when he does the kicks to the side and the kick in the middle, right?
Mhm.
Like some stuff, I'm like, no,
I think when it comes to wrestlers, I don't like it because I don't think those are real fight moves that you can do in real
I
life.
got you. It takes away from the movie. I got you.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Yeah.
do this in a ring, fine. That's fine, you know. But not like, are you gonna do a back fist blitz in a fight scene in a movie? Like, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But you'll do it'll work at a tournament, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But I wouldn't put
I
that
kind of want
as
to
a
do it
fight
now,
scene.
though. Don't you? I kind of
Huh?
want to do it now. I kind of want to do it now.
Where would you put that? Like, I mean, that would have to go in Cobra Kai or something.
Actually,
Like that. I don't know where else would you put that.
no. You could do a blitz. You just instead of doing a back fist blitz, you just do like a Superman punch blitz.
Yeah, you can, but I specifically said the back fist blitz
All right, well,
because it's like that.
I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, that wouldn't look right. It wouldn't look right, you know.
I
Even
mean,
though
it
you can
could
do it in a
work.
real fight, you can do it in a real tournament, yeah. But I wouldn't put that in a movie. So to see a rock bottom or a
Actually,
pedigree, it's like that's kind of corny.
That's a lie because they did it in Best of the Best. They were able to add a back fist blitz in there. Chuck Norris did it in the sidekicks.
Best of the best.
Yeah.
Well, are you
Chuck
talking
Norris
about for the
was
turn? Are you talking about for the
point
tournament
sparring.
scene?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. But you're imitating point fight. You're imitating the tournament, but you're not doing that on the street. They're not doing that in part 2.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying though, like Chuck Norris did it in Sidekicks. He did a back fist blitz. He did
You
that
throw a
back
backfist
fist
blitz
into
at
like
Baracus.
like
Baracus
what you
gonna
call
take
it?
your head off.
He did
Yo,
that.
Brock is gonna
in,
kill
Tommy
you.
Lee, Tommy Lee, your head's gone.
in Sidekicks, he did that. He did that back fist swinging double spinning back fist. He did like a back fist into like a spinning back fist type thing. It was. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I get what you're saying. Hey, did you? So this was my thing when I watched it. I watched this movie with my brother, and we both had this to say about it, right? And let me know what you guys think. The plot and the story was good. We thought the fight scenes were actually very practical, very like kind of like what we talked about with this last movie. How she was able to use the like the can, right? The fight scenes were practical in this movie. Did you feel like the storyline was missing just like a little something?
I didn't. I didn't feel like the storyline was missing anything. I mean, it was pretty much straightforward.
I felt like I just wanted to see the girl. I wish I could have just seen how she got there a little earlier. Like how did she play into it just a little earlier, like a tiny bit earlier. I feel like she kind of just like was like she was kind of into the action right away. And I wish I could.
Well, she was trying to unlock Marvin, and I'm gonna say Marvin to me needed to be unlocked a little bit sooner, not wait till towards the end.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see that Marvin a little bit more throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I felt like he was holding back, like even in the first scene against that guy, he was kind of like he could have been dead right there.
Yeah.
Because that guy he wasn't messing around. And he kind of got lucky with what he kind of got lucky with what happened in that first.
You're
scene.
talking about the fight scene that he had in the office, right?
Yeah, with the Raven.
Yeah,
and I like the Raven. I'm glad that
character.
I really like that character. Yeah. I could see that's the thing. Gene and I were looking. This movie didn't do as good as I was hoping it would do because I would like to see more of this movie. We talked about that in the interview, and I mean,
into different things.
Yeah. And I think the Raven could be a standalone character. We could see how he became the Raven.
With this movie, would it have probably got a better reaction from people if it wasn't a movie and was more like a series, like on Netflix or Paramount Plus? Because now you can add more to it. You can stretch stuff out a little bit more.
Yeah.
True.
Now that you're saying that, that's a good point, right? Because see that right there, that actually brings up an interesting question. With a movie like this, and just movies in like similar sense that we may have reviewed before, do you think that because you're trying to fit so much into that, 90-minute, 120-minute time frame, that it ends up hurting you, as opposed to you give yourself 6 to 10 45-minute episodes and allows you to tell a story? Do you think do you think that sometimes like a script like this was actually really good? Because I like I said, I actually thought the movie was really good, and the fight scenes to me were some of the best fight scenes we've seen in some movies. Honestly, seriously, do you think it's one of those things where the series would have benefited a Netflix series or a Paramount series? Is that how you feel?
I mean, I enjoyed it either way. I don't have any complaints about the movie. I enjoyed it, but for the critics, I think they probably would have enjoyed it more if there was more to it, right? Like I remember back in the day when there was talk of a Tupac movie. I used to say the Tupac movie should have been like a made-for-TV movie, and people used to kill me when I said that. They're like, "Nah, Tupac needs to be on the big screen." I was like, "It's so much that happened in this dude's life. How you gonna condense all that down to 2 hours?" And what happened when that movie came out? It was so many people mad, and it was 2 hours. They didn't talk about this or this happened or this happened. I was like, you only had 2 hours. Now, if you would have did it like the New Edition movie or the Temptations movies or something like that, where you're able to tell a story over 3 or 4 days. It's different. That's 6 hours. Look at Cobra Kai. We enjoy Cobra Kai now because of how it was set up. But imagine if Cobra Kai was just a movie.
Oh, bullshit.
You know,
sucks.
it wouldn't be as good as the TV series.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I mean, you're able to flesh out so much more. So if they wanted to continue with this, I would suggest them doing a series. Just do a series.
From a critic standpoint, I get what you're saying. Like I said, I actually liked the movie, and I really did think it had some of our better fight scenes. I thought they had really practical fight scenes, and I thought they paid a lot of attention to detail that other movies miss out on. So, one of the fight scenes, I'm not going to say which one, but one of the fight scenes where they were fighting with a pen or a straw or whatever it was, right? They're making the air noises as they're trying to cut the person or whatever. Like, those are all attention to details that give the fight scene realism, and it makes you feel like, wow, I can see this happening. And I really do appreciate more type of martial arts movies like that, because nowadays I feel like, we've talked about it, sometimes The Wires, when Ron Pownell was on this, and he said what makes some of his movies and the movies that he was in, the fight scenes so good, was that it was what they did in karate schools. It was what they did. It was it's what they practice. They're only doing things that they practice. They're not trying to reinvent themselves to put it into a movie. And I think that this movie really did a good job of that, of keeping it where this is what we train. We're going to stay within this box, but we're going to get creative within that box. I thought that was something that was really good.
One thing that I felt when they did this movie, it felt like they wrote this movie with Jackie Chan starring in it. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like this should have been a Jackie Chan movie.
Because he
and I definitely could see him in this role doing all of this stuff.
Because he had feelings. The lead character had feelings. He had, commentary. He had things to say. Yeah, I agree.
He had good facial expressions. He had good facial expressions also.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
Well, the interview we did, they said he came from that Jackie Chan branch of martial arts.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Joe, do you have a summary you can run down real quick for the listeners?
Yeah. I just had it up. Here it is. Where'd it go? Okay. So the main character, played by what's his name again? Kei-Heo Kwan. We've seen him in things when he was younger. Then he's made a comeback now. His name is Marvin. He's a Milwaukee realtor who receives a crimson envelope from Rose, a former partner in crime, whom he left for dead. He now finds himself thrust back into a world of ruthless hitmen and double crosses that turn his open houses into deadly war zones.
Yeah.
Hunted by his... Oh, they do tell you right here. See, I thought that should have been a surprise. Hunted by his brother, a violent crime lord, Marvin must confront the choices that haunt him and the history he never truly buried. So
okay, I was going to say something, but it would have spoiled the movie, so I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah, I mean, basically, someone from his past catches up with him, and that's kind of sparks the whole thing. And
yeah, because he's not a hitman no more or a bad guy. He done moved on with his life. He's selling homes. He evidently he's real good at it. Also, he got an award.
Selling homes, making cookies.
Yeah,
trying to talk to people about their lives and help people change their lives. So yeah.
And he's trying to stay hidden also because he doesn't look how he did when he was in that life. He kind of changed himself a little bit. So he's definitely trying to move on and get past that. And
he has to confront a few problems and some feelings that he wasn't quite sure about until things came back up. So yeah, there's a lot going on. And I think they handled it well for the most part. I think there could have been a little more into the story, but it was nothing that ruined it for me. It was nothing that took me out of the movie. So I don't know.
Nah.
Like I said, I think people are. I get the critic is your job, but I think you're too critical. If that makes
Yeah.
sense, you know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying.
does. Yeah, they thinking
When
too
I was
deeply.
exactly, this
They
is
were
not
thinking
meant.
way
This is
too
meant to
deeply.
be good fun, good action, and a story that's pretty simple to follow. Like
Hmm.
to me, I'm fine. I'm good with that. I get it. It's cool. I don't need complex storytelling and whatever to get to the end. Just
Yeah, I told you guys before. I hate when a movie gets started and it's confusing at the beginning because the whole time I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and it kind of
yes.
takes me out of enjoying the moment of the movie. This was not one of those situations. Even though, like, we didn't know who Marvin was and what he did in his past, this, that, and the other. We didn't know any of that, but they still wrote it in a way that it did not distract us, and it didn't make me
Oh,
try and figure out what the hell was going on. It was real. It's a
no,
simple story. It was real simple.
the the story was told well. The action was good, and they had some funny moments and
Yeah.
some stuff that really, that was enjoyable. So with some of the characters, and Marshawn was a part of that. The Raven, like I said, I think whoever wrote that character was they did a good job to me because he was he was kind of heartfelt, he was badass, and he was funny. So I mean that's hard to get in one character, especially because I don't even think that was like a he wasn't a well known actor, was he? Kind of
Not
a
that.
newcomer almost.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
not
saying.
that well known. I
That's
mean,
what I'm
not
saying.
he's not.
So I think that was just a well. I don't know. I really like that character. So,
Okay.
and I wouldn't mind. Like I said, if they end up, luckily, if they get to do something else with this, I would like to see something with the Raven. So,
So what grade have we given Love Hurts?
I was gonna give it honestly an A. My
Hmm.
honest
I was
opinion.
giving it an
Yeah.
Me too. I'm giving it an A also. Like
What the? Two
I
weeks
don't
in a
have
row.
I don't have
2
any
weeks in a
complaints. Yeah,
row.
well, I mean, this is better though. Love Hurts. They got A's. The last one got D minus. The ballerina D minus.
But 2 weeks in a row, we all on the same page.
A.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well,
I think we're gonna be on the same page for a while, especially what's coming up next week.
Uh huh.
Yep.
Uh huh.
All right, let's talk about Cobra Kai. Let's talk about the series Cobra Kai, man. Uh, what did you guys think of Cobra Kai overall? Not season
I,
six
Series
overall, the whole
season
series.
one
yeah.
to
No.
the
Oh.
last episode.
Hmm.
Me personally, it was everything I could have ever wanted. Honestly, everything I could have ever wanted and more. To be honest with you, because when I heard it came out, and this is when we're talking about YouTube Red when they started it. I seriously was
Yes.
like, "What the?" I was like, "What the hell could you even be talking about with this?" Right?
Oh no. I was excited. I was
And
happy.
then,
I
and
was
then
ready.
seeing where it all the way is to that last episode, I was like, "Wow, man!" I think kind of like what we say with Love Hurts. People are gonna have their own views, but like appreciate what they just did. They just took something where God rest his soul, Pat Morita was dead. So you couldn't bring him back necessarily to tell certain stories. So you literally used footage and content from the movies that were created, and you were able to build storylines and do things and go in places that we probably could not have thought of. So I thought, like, man, like that was very clever, very, very clever, very, very clever. So I really liked it, honestly.
Now
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you the best thing that they did. Okay. You called the series Cobra Kai.
Hmm.
Daniel's character, the whole Miyagi Do and Daniel could have took over this whole series. Okay.
Yeah.
But they were smart. They said, no, this story is about Daniel and Johnny, but it's mostly about Cobra Kai. And then what they did is they started to build the whole thing up. So we get our Johnny Daniel rival, but slowly but surely, we kind of are starting to see that there's more than meets the eye to both characters, because now we're peeling back all the layers of Johnny that you don't think about in the movies. Maybe Gene did, but the rest of us didn't. Johnny was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Kreese was the asshole. Daniel is helpless and needs to be the best. And Miyagi, everybody loves Miyagi. So without Miyagi, like I said, this is Cobra Kai. So slowly but surely, they're giving us a Johnny redemption story, which I didn't know in the first couple of seasons if they were going to do that. I thought it was just going to be Daniel and Johnny, which is going to piss me off. But slowly but surely, they really did. This was a full redemption story, not only for Johnny, but for Cobra Kai overall. And that was smart. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. I thought once Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do and Daniel and Johnny were together, that like Cobra Kai was just going to die, which would have kind of been dumb. At first, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But to bring it all back and both Johnny and Cobra Kai be resurrected, that was really, really smart. And the way they did it was really, really smart. Also, to know your demographic with the Karate Kid, they appeal to all us, people who were huge Karate Kid fans. But then they also slowly put in some of the newer stuff to get more, of this day and age's kids as well. So they did a really good job with that.
Yeah, man, because it's people that I know that watch this that aren't martial artists at all, and they're really into it. And even my students, they're into it also, and they really enjoyed it. So that was pretty cool. So very, very good writing.
You know what I think? Oh,
go ahead.
My bad. Go ahead, Gene.
As far as the story goes, question: if Miyagi was alive, I don't think a lot of stuff would have happened the way that they happened.
No.
Because there's no way Mr. Miyagi would have been cool with Daniel interfering with Cobra Kai coming back initially. None of that stuff, raising the rent, all that stuff that Daniel did to Johnny at the very, very beginning wouldn't have happened. Mr. Miyagi would have been looking like, why are you bothering them? Leave them alone. Just because they're opening up a new school again, that has nothing to do with you. Mind your own business. Work on your own dealership and your businesses.
But that's what makes.
But honestly, honestly, if Miyagi was still alive, we might have gotten more Miyagi and Daniel and less Cobra Kai.
And less Kreese, probably, honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, no, I think see, that would have been amazing to have a Kreese versus Miyagi that. Because we never really got to see.
Would they have made up at the end of this? Now I have no answer to that question.
I actually, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think there was ever an issue between them. I think Kreese had an issue with Miyagi. Miyagi never had an issue with Kreese.
Oh, I agree with that.
So
until the third movie, when they tried to jump, when they tried to when they started messing with Daniel's mind and they tried to jump him in the Cobra Kai dojo and everything. Then Mr. Miyagi was like, all right, I'm tired of this shit. Now I'm gonna train your ass now. I'm gonna train your ass.
What you call it? You know what I could see being the next kind of series that could take off like Cobra Kai and can be long lasting and can be very good? I think it's gonna be The Last Airbender. If they do it the right way, I think that's gonna be the next one.
Did you see they're continuing the cartoon?
Huh?
They're bringing it back. Look it up.
Is this fandom or is this real?
No, it's real. It was on a Nickelodeon podcast. Yeah. You're gonna get the Earthbender Airbender. I mean, an Earthbender is the new Avatar.
Okay, I was about to say, are we saying we're continuing Aang or we're gonna go after Korra? We're gonna go to the
after Korra. You look it up. It's going to be a very good story.
A lot of people didn't like Korra, and I actually liked hers.
No, I like Korra a lot.
And,
They
and she
got into some.
and she
They got
touched
into
on.
some deep stuff with
I was about
Korra.
to say, and she touched on more adult things. So I actually kind of liked it because as we just said right now, right, with Cobra Kai, they did a good job in Cobra Kai with demographics, understanding who the show was for. With Avatar, they did the same thing. When they did Legend of Korra, they knew that we were in our late teens, 18, 19, 20s. Like we were later in life. So when we go and watch that, now we're saying, hey, this is all real things that we've had to go through since the Avatar was last out. So I do agree with that. That's really good. So
Look it up, Angel. It's
Well,
pretty good.
here we
to
go.
answer your question, Angel, I don't know. I mean, Avatar, I guess that could be good. I'm not as well invested in Avatar. It was good, but I'm not like where you guys. Like you guys have been with it for years,
Yeah.
right? But if there is a something that could be compared to Cobra Kai where they can have that type of success and is well known, I would think I would go with Dragon Ball Z. Because you got your Daniel and Johnny with Vegeta and Goku right there. You know,
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you even got your chosen as
They just
Piccolo's your
they
chosen.
just they
You
just
know,
need to make a good. They need to make a good live action, bro. They need to make a good live action.
They're
Dragon
they're
Ball Z.
supposed to be doing live action DBZ and Naruto on Netflix.
I was about to say because Netflix once they did One Piece, I think I think they did One Piece to see what the reception was going to be, and then they were going to go and tackle like the two biggest projects that there are, right? Um, I I can agree with that, right? I think when I think about Avatar, I will say this: the same way how it got you guys invested in because you watched that growing up, that's what Avatar is for my generation and for kids that are younger than me. They watch that growing up, and that's their Karate Kid. To be honest with you, it really was like that's their Karate Kid. I mean, Joe, I'm sure you know this.
Yeah,
Like Avatar was such a big hit. Like that's their Karate Kid.
yeah, it was absolutely huge. I did hear. I don't know how true it is, but I'm pretty sure because it came from the two directors that they did greenlight a Miyagi series.
see, I don't even know if you even need it anymore. Like I
I'm gonna be
thought,
honest, man.
Agree, but I'm
Once
just
they
saying
tied
that
it,
they're talking about it already.
once they tied it up, I was good with it. I don't want to because
yeah, I
also
kind of was too.
yeah, because
Like
also
there's a lot you can do with it, but I just don't know if we need it anymore.
yeah, I
Like
was good.
they have so many different directions that they can go now. Like even with young Crease, like you could, but you don't really need to anymore.
Yeah,
No, we were thinking
I
they were
agree.
gonna go that way.
Yeah.
But there's no point.
Okay, but do you know there? So I follow a lot of different Cobra Kai Facebook pages,
Hmm.
and I think Gene does too.
Hmm.
Some people were saying they should have just recast Miyagi, and I'm like, that's crazy.
That would
Well,
that would that
Yes,
would kill.
Miyagi.
That would make people like us say, "I don't want to watch it now."
I think
Yes,
some people
it would
is
have.
now. Are you saying that because they didn't like the CGI, or
No,
they just want to?
they're saying we should have had Miyagi as part of the show.
Oh no, there's no need. There was no
That's what
need
I'm
for him.
saying. Because and I already said this, and I'm going to say it again. Miyagi, you can't call a show Cobra Kai and have Miyagi because Miyagi's going to take over.
Yeah,
It might as well be called Miyagi Do.
yeah.
To
And
be
then what's the point?
to be honest with you, a reason why I say I'm kind of good on the Miyagi stuff is because with the CGI, you know,
Yeah, I
like
didn't.
like like really like honestly, when I saw him, I was like, if I was 6, I would say that looks like Miyagi. Like I'm not
You know,
like it's
and
like when they used to do like the Bruce Lee movies, but it's Bruce Lee with LE, and I would be like, man, that looks like Bruce Lee. I watch it now, I go, what the hell was I watching? That does not look like anything like Bruce Lee. Like
I thought when they showed a CGI Miyagi in the second five that came out.
yeah,
I don't know what episode it was. That one looked okay. This one that was in the last five, I wasn't a fan of this.
I
And
know,
it's crazy because I've seen deep fakes that look better than this. I've
but
seen
the
AI do stuff that look more real. I don't know why he looked the way that he looked.
But the reason why you the Miyagi in the second part was better was because it was him young. It was young Miyagi. It wasn't old Miyagi. So when you was young Miyagi, we don't know what he looked like. So anything you could have showed us, we
But he
could have like
switched. No, he changed to the old Miyagi.
in the third one he
Well,
changed.
In Daniel's dream.
in Daniel's dream, when Daniel woke up, before he woke up, he switched to him.
No, because he was fighting him.
He fell down and he was on top of him and his hand was back. It
Oh,
wasn't a
yeah,
young
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
It was the
yeah.
old. It was the old Miyagi.
Yeah, that's what he said. Show no mercy,
But the
right?
CGI looked better than this one did. I don't know.
Maybe it was a different actor.
I don't know what happened with their program. Even in Marvel has did the de-aging thing and it looked fine. Like when they did it in Captain Marvel, like they made Sam Jackson look younger and some other people. Uh, I don't know, man. Just something seemed just a little off. Maybe it was because it was Netflix and not a motion picture. Have the same type of budget.
Maybe.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, man. That's what we're doing next week, right? We're gonna tackle the
Yep.
last 5 of Cobra Kai. We're gonna do what episodes 11 and 12.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just saying one
I
and two.
really,
But yeah.
man, I have such a hard time remembering still, even now, everything that happened in this season, man, because they broke it up the way they broke it up, man. Stuff seems like it's all over the place sometimes. Like I can't remember what happened in season 5, or because some of the stuff that happened in season 6, I think happened in season 5 because the season 6 stuff I saw was last July. So I'm getting confused in the wrong season, So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I need to watch season 6 all the way through, all 15 episodes again, man. I think I might do that because
All
remember
right.
like when Mike Barnes showed back up and helped train them to see who was going to
Yep.
make the team.
Yeah,
Sometimes I think about that happening in season 5. You know,
we should have got him
Oh
back
yeah.
last part.
yeah,
I
I
agree.
thought he would have been back just
You
to
know
show
what
up and be in the
also
audience or
sucks?
something.
This is something that sucks, and this is people. If you're listening, oh well, spoiler. One thing I sucked was how they brought back, I think in season 5 they brought back the girl that they were fighting over. Who is it? What was her name?
You talking about Daniel and Mike?
Johnny, Daniel and Johnny. Who were they fighting over? The girl. They brought her back for that one episode.
Oh, you talking now in season 3? You're
That's
talking
what
about
it was,
Allie.
season 3. Sorry, season 3.
Allie.
Yeah,
Fairly.
Allie, right? Literally brought her back for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it was, right? That
Yeah, one episode.
That
Yeah.
one episode.
That's all they
I did
needed.
not. I did not like
She
how
sucks.
when they showed us a trailer for this season 6 part 3, she was in one of the people that they said people come back and this and that. So I was waiting this whole time.
Oh, I never saw that.
She never came back. That's why I got mad at that. Because
What?
they had the pastor, but they didn't have her. I thought she was gonna play some role or something. I got do something. I mean, I don't know
Well,
what she
shit.
could.
She's gonna come back and be like, Daniel, you're the best.
But
I
yeah,
didn't think she was gonna come back, man, because they kind of wrapped her up at the at in the episode that she was in.
yeah. And I think,
Her and Johnny
think,
had their little thing. They said their goodbyes, and that was pretty much it. And she did it with Daniel also,
and
so it really
that's
wasn't
why-
a reason for her to come back.
but that's what I thought. That's why I didn't understand why she was in the trailer.
I never saw that trailer that you're talking about. I
Yeah.
never saw that.
Joe, I feel like Joe posted it or Joe commented, and that's why I watched it. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, Joe. But I saw her because they have faces pop up, like people come back or alliances form, whatever, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And her face was there, and then she never had nothing to do with the whole entire thing. And I was like, damn, what the hell happened?
So you feel the same way about Kumiko? You think she should have showed? If anybody was going to show up, it was going to be her. It should have been her.
To be honest with you, they at least referred to her with the letter. Would I like for her to come up? Yeah, but it actually made sense that she sent the letter and did what she did. It made more sense that way.
You wanted everybody to come back for this very, very end,
Because
didn't you? That's what it sounds like.
Episode, we're gonna end it for good.
You
like,
sound
why?
like Travis. You know what, man? You know what? I was.
It's
Fuck
the
it,
last
I'm
one.
gonna say it. Fuck it. So I remember watching Roots with Travis when we were kids, right?
Oh no!
At the last,
No.
at the last episode when they became free, Travis wanted everybody to come back and be like, "We finally free." I'm like, Travis, they're dead. Like you want their heads to be in heaven, looking down at they descendants, and be like, "Congratulations, y'all free." You know,
All right.
no, Kunta can't come
Okay.
back. Nigga George can't come back. They're dead. Kizzy is gone. She is
Good
not-
night, everybody. Stay safe, stay strong. Good night.
All right, we're gonna continue with Cobra Kai next week.
Woo!
I'm serious though. Travis he knows.
Oh.
Stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week, and I'm going to play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.